Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm back with another video. So, here's another reason why I'm not going to buy any of the current generation MPCs. The MPC Live Mark III or the MPC XL, which I believe is still the same thing as the MPC Live Mark I. And just because they melt the plastic and expand it and change the pads doesn't make it next generation to me, man. And also, just because they choose to lock you into a certain form factor in a workings where it comes to, you know, the processor and the RAM, doesn't make it like revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? So the hype, the hype, or the always wanting to stay relevant. Let's put it like that. That's the reason why, man. A person like me is not going to buy any current generation MPC or any other system that drops something new, because they build up this hype around you have to stay relevant, you have to stay with the new. And just 3 months ago, the most relevant was the MPC Live Mark III. That was the new. And then 3 months later, they come out with another one, and now this is the new. And when is it ever going to stop being the new? Like, why do we always have to have the new? Weird. I think this is like a weird mental like disease that they've put on everybody. So you always gotta have the new. Like, now, I do get it. I do get times do change, and supply and demand does change. I get it, man. And so one of the most famous movies that I like is The Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Supply and demand. So I understand that, and I do understand the market values go up, down. Things, you know what I'm saying? Some things do progress, but they put it on us in these marketing ways. I'm talking about so often that when does the new ever stop? When does it at the new generational thing just become the new generational thing for a certain period of time? So even even if, let's say, even if this these machines from any of these companies are new, and that it's the next best thing. So how could the next best thing in the world at that time just pretty much be obsolete 3 months later or 6 months later? Because the mind of the human being is going to go towards, oh, I gotta go get that now. I gotta go get that. That's the best. And they're not going to make a hypothesis, you know what I'm saying, a scientific educational guess on whether they should actually invest in this new piece of machinery. They're not going to do it. They're going to fall for that marketing, that advertisement. And the people who are supposed to be your peers here on YouTube, that you love, you guys love these people so much. They are they are out there shucking and jiving, and they're eh, man, they're out there doing their best promotional work I have ever seen to get you to buy this this machine, this MPC XL or the MPC Live Mark III. And not too long ago, the MPC Live Mark II Retro Edition was the ish. People was like, "Oh, this is the joint. This is the joint. This is the new machine." That's not even what, 5 years in, 5 to 10 years in, might be 5 years. I don't think it's 5 years actually. I would have to do my research on that, man. So the the marketing tactics, the trickery with the wordplay, the trying to control one's mental real estate, and also trying to lean off of like the fact that people always lean towards the new because they want to stay relevant, that's that's the reason why I'm not buying it. That's one of the reasons. That's not the main reason. That's one of the reasons. I got a lot of reasons. Doing it. I'm just doing it video by video. You know what I'm saying? Because the videos they become too long. Even though I speak fast, for some reason the videos still they stretch out long, man. I be trying to get my point across and try to get a lot of information out from the information that I have. And I'm doing a lot of research every day, man. You know what I'm saying? The AD/DA converters, like that's how to sound your first original sound, whether it's coming from the actual NPCs or it's actually coming from an outboard piece of gear. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned a lot. Like I learned like all of the NPCs, every last one of them, they are digital sequences. That's what they are. They're digital sequences. I learned that. I did a deep dive research on it, and some of them had limitations. Some of them were only were able to do this, use like these chips or whatever. And some of them were 16-bit, and then some of them were a little higher. So, and then some of them, because of the limitations of the hardware, the inner workings of it, that's what gave the machine its actual groove. That's crazy. Because of the limitations, it gave it groove. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing my research on this stuff because of the people in the comment section. So I want to thank you guys, actually. To be honest with you, without you coming and you speaking, a lot of this information I wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I would know ADDA, but I wouldn't really fully know AD, you know what I'm saying, analog to digital, and the digital signal being converted, you know what I'm saying? And the and then the analog signal being converted into digital. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't know the back and forth of like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the analog, so it's like the analog into digital. So the analog, whatever you got coming from that's not inside the MPC, converting into digital. And then from the digital outs, the digital going into the analog out. So it's digital signal. I mean, digital, like, signal, I guess I would say. You know what I'm saying? Information, that data, the digital data going into the analog signal that's on the back, going into like your computer. You know what I'm saying? So the conversion of all that stuff and like how great is the analog outs, that, you know what I'm saying? That characteristic right there alone is one thing that can help influence the characteristics of that sound. So I'm learning all this stuff and I'm writing articles on it, man. And then I'm like, man, I'm studying, man. It's crazy. So with a person like me who's studying sound right now, I'm really, really studying sound. Now, when I look at these devices, if it doesn't do anything to the sound, and then I'm talking about significantly, like a significant difference to the sound, not a little bit. I do hear the people saying that the MPC keys 61, I think that's what you call a machine, the 61, the bigger one, not the small red box one, but the bigger one, that has like a little bit of a boost in it. Not a lot though, but it's if you pay attention, it is a difference. So I get that, but does it have those type of converters? I think that's what people are trying to get at. They're trying to get at, can these machines get to the point where it has those type of converters? And I'm not necessarily saying go and replicate the older machines. I'm not saying that. We just use them as a reference point. We use them as like, yo, it was done in the past when things was limited. Why can't you replicate that now, but probably even better, specifically since you have more data and you have better machinery that give you a clean sound. So I got somebody who just left a comment and he said, yo, the MPC Live Mark III and the MPC XL, that gives you a loud sound because it's super duper clean, right? So what they said, both sound like they're very clean, modern audio interfaces. Yeah. So I just happen to have this up. He said, I will say this: the Live 3 and XL both sound like very good, clean, modern audio interfaces, but the XL is loud, as loud as F. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna curse. I'm a partner now on YouTube, so I got to slow down on the cursor. So if you're looking for character, you're gonna have to use plugins or invest in, in some form of outboard gear. Yeah, and now see that right there goes to show you, this is an individual who has the MPC Live Mark III and they have the MPC XL. But not only that, earlier in their let's see what they said. They said, "Well, what's good, bro? I bought the Live 3 to hold me down until the XL was released. I was curious as to whether or not it was truly an original Gen 2. I mean official Gen 2 unit as advertised. I've had every NPC the to the years, throughout the years, except the 500, 3000, and Live 1 and Keys 37. So basically this person he owns a lot of NPC units, or had them. You know what I'm saying? I just sold my OG X and SC. I still have the Key 61. First of all, the Key 61 and the X SE had a slightly different sound than the X OG one. Now it wasn't like a wow level of difference, but having all three units in my home studio together, you can hear it when you A/B them. So that goes to prove my point. Like in my articles, like not every machine is going to sound exactly the same. It might be a slight difference, even from model to model. You know what I'm saying? But is it a wow factor? Is it like that crunch, that grit, that texture? Is it gonna give you those good transients on your sound, so your sound cuts through the mix and it pops? But the transients, they cut, but they're not distorting. This is all about the circuitry and stuff like that. I mean, you could tell it what to do digitally, but then when it goes to that digital to analog conversion, when it goes out the back of the MPC to go into your computer, or whatever you're going to bring it to continue the signal flow, is it going to have that crunch, that you get what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So I'm literally focusing on that stuff because I want to know what these machines do before I invest my money. But on top of that, me seeing the the forcing of people, you got to keep up with the new, keep up with the new. It turns me off from wanting to buy anything. When I see 1,000 people on YouTube right away as soon as the product launches, it turns me off on the product also, because I already know it's just being thrown in our face so we can get it. And half these people don't even own it. Half these people wouldn't even go out and buy it themselves. They wouldn't go out and just spend money. Why would they? Think about it. That's like me. I got the MPC Live Mark 1. Why would I go and buy the MPC XL just to go buy it, just to stay relevant, when I could literally make a beat on the MPC Live Mark 1? You got to make it make sense. Then you got YouTubers who come out of nowhere. They go buy the MPC XL just so they can become famous on YouTube. They're doing that too. The same way they try to say, like, I'm trying to become famous by talking about the MPC XL and so forth. Well, I could say the same thing about you guys. You just literally trying to become famous by purchasing a device that you could get the same work done with something, a model from the previous years. You're only purchasing it just so you can stay relevant and stay new. I think that's the rat race we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because the game is influence. Influence equals money equals cash, right? So that's the game that we're in right now, guys. Influence equals money. That's what it is. That's the reason why you would get paid to market and advertise, because you are an influencer. You can influence the people to go out and buy product. That's a dangerous game, guys, that nobody wakes up to. Like, when I mean nobody, there's so many people that literally can't see an influencer influencing them for their gain. Meanwhile, you'll get these new devices, and it's like you trick yourself into thinking like you made the right decision, you made the right choice, when there's a billion other choices you could have made that could have really set you up to succeed, such as not buying the MPC XL for $3,000, buying something that's cheaper, that's a digital sequencer, because that's what the MPCs are, right? They're digital sequencers, but then we cannot negate the analog circuitry that's inside that does the, you know what I'm saying, DA and AD conversion, and the OP amps. You know what I'm saying? The OP8, you know what I'm saying? AMPS amps. You know what I'm saying? You can't negate the, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. You can't negate like the transistors and transformers and the diodes and all these different things, the resistors that are inside of the circuitry. You can't negate that and use your argument as, everything is digital and we got to keep up with the times. No, we yeah, we cannot let real analog, like real good analog, that could really really help us with our sound before even thinking about buying another piece of gear to go along with the MPC. We can't forget that, man. We can't allow the companies to keep pushing the marketing on us, and you got to get the new and you got to stay with the new, and not really fix, or not fix, but not really not implement really really good analog circuitry, so we don't have to go and buy stuff from 10 different other companies just to make the MPC, if you want to say, relevant. If you think about it, the only thing that's relevant about these machines is YouTube, because you can get on YouTube and show, I'm gonna do a beat cookup on the MPC XL, and then you get all the views because everybody runs over there, and now you think you're famous because of that. This your boy 005 Dynasty. Don't forget to Google me, and don't forget to check out all of my articles on Medium.com. I'm out.